and I watched a lot of movies in these 3 years. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I
Surprising
used to
because no aspirant want to watch movie because they just seclude themselves in a closed room and just keep preparing. But hearing you used to watch movies is surprising. I want to know more about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So, because I brought in a lot of pop cultural references in the essays that I wrote. For example, there was an essay this year where they said that life is a journey about bitter experiences, and that this was the I'm not remembering the exact topic, but it was about life in general
Okay.
as a journey. So I started my essay by quoting Forrest Gump. So Forrest Gump in
Okay.
general is a movie about life, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
life is a box of chocolates. Sometimes you get some things that you want. Sometimes you don't get. You get a different kind of things. It's an experience per se. So I wrote that reference. Then I quoted Life of Pi. So all these pop cultural references I brought in my essay. So
Okay.
that is what I'm saying. Like I watch movies that I'm not saying any movie, but these are quality movies that have been nominated for the Academy Awards. So I
Academy
generally watch
Awards.
those movies.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. For example, there is a movie called Silver Linings Playbook, which is it's a rom-com, but it also talks about mental health. And then
Okay.
we have your Shawshank Redemption, and all these movies are extremely good movies, which will develop us as a person. Plus,
Person.
it will also help us in the journey. And there is this very famous movie, 12th Fail, which
Yeah.
documented the life of a UPSC aspirant, and
It was a
it
very good movie.
showcased
Even I felt so motivated after seeing that movie. Yeah, it was so
exactly. So
great.
it shone a light on a aspirant's life, which generally people outside preparation don't know, right? So these kind of movies can be watched because they shape us as a person, and we just have to think, okay, what good things can I get from this movie?
Yeah,
So that
okay,
should
yeah.
be our thought process always.
Yeah, that's
So
the kind of
I watched a
perspective.
lot of movies.
Okay.
Exactly, exactly. Since I've been someone from Tamil Nadu, and this is an all India service, right? So I need to know about other states and other cultures as well. So I watched regional movies of other states. For example, the Malayalam cinema movies were very famous. I watched them. Then the Telugu cinema as well as Bollywood movies. I started watching them, not for the entertainment per se, but also I observed the culture that is being present over there. So
Okay.
it was a really eye-opening experience for me because movies are a window into the lives of people living in that region. So I use these to learn about the cultures of other regions as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a new perspective to the aspirants because I've used to watch many UPSC aspirant interviews in YouTube. I haven't heard this kind of perspective from any of the aspirant. And it's actually a great
Mm-hmm.
thing. Even the aspirant should take this into mind, not just sitting inside a
Mm-hmm.
room preparing for 24 hours straight for a whole year. It's impossible. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
crack the exam and you can't just focus. You'll become brain rot at the end of the
Exactly,
day.
because see, unlike our NEET exams, it is not a one-day affair. The exam process itself is 1 year, and the preparation is another year. So it's like 2 years process. So you cannot put your life on pause and just study for the exam, right? Your life should be
Yeah.
going on. So yeah, so that is the thing.
Yeah, even the examiners might have felt uh, different and new when they have seen your essays. So that
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be the
yeah,
reason
and
behind your high scores.
yeah, it might be, and exactly like even in interview they asked me about the Jananayagan movie. So even they are interested in knowing about the cultural, pop culture references from our culture. So they are
Okay.
more interested in knowing about our culture. So we have to showcase our culture. We have to show them that we are connected to the roots.
Connected to the groups. Yeah, definitely. Like to serve the community. Is UPSC is the only better way to serve the community? Are there any other options other than UPSC available?
See, there are a lot of ways in which you can serve the community. Like it doesn't just mean that this is just one part of serving the people. Because we talk about good governance in UPSC even while studying for UPSC, and good governance is something which happens when the government also comes, and then the civil society also comes. And civil society is nothing but doctors, engineers, NGOs, and all these pressure groups which like they make the government work as well. So it is a synergy between the government as well as the civil society that provides good governance to the people. So it is our calling. We can choose either to be part of the government side or to be part of the civil society side.
Civil
The
society.
ultimate aim, the ultimate aim should be to serve the people. Even as a doctor, we can be part of a lot of NGOs where we can go and provide free camps, etc. That is something which is also a good thing in which you can serve the people. And that was my plan B as well, because if I couldn't crack UPSC, I'll get back to being a doctor and I'll be helping the people
Yeah,
in
definitely.
this profession. So that is the thing.
So you had two paths. Both were like helping to the society. Initially, you had
Yeah,
a
yeah.
part where you could have served 1,000, 10,000 people throughout your career, but you chose a path where you could serve more than millions during your
Exactly.
service.
And it with like it also gives us a greater responsibility. So when
Definitely.
we are put up with a greater responsibility, I think that we tend to work even
More,
more
better.
better. Yeah,
Yeah,
because now
definitely.
I'll be scrutinized by all the people in a district, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I will be working even more better. So I feel that it is something which will push me towards efficiency.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah. When we are under focus, we used to function better. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
exactly. Mm.
Okay. Like for an MBBS graduate, is there anything you want to tell to them if they want to become a UPSC aspirant in the future? Is there anything you should tell them other than the preparation ideas? Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to tell them about any mental uh, change, like some mental kind of preparation before getting into the UPSC? Is there anything else, anything you want to specifically tell to them?
The first thing is the it is just the same things that we were discussing. Basically we have to be clear about our motive, because each one of us will UPSC aspirants, each one of them will have different motives to come into the preparation. So one thing would be to maybe get a stable job, get money, for their family welfare and all. But as doctors, we already have a good job and a
Yeah.
good flow of income we already have, right? And we have a very stable life is what I feel as a doctor. So doing this shift is something which means that you should have clarity in your thought for doing this shift. Now let's say someone is watching me, for example, this year's first ranker, he is a doctor,
Yeah,
the
from AIMS
seventh ranker,
Jodhpur.
Ames Jodhpur, and I'm the seventh ranker. I'm a doctor. So looking at two doctors getting in the top 10 list,
Top
some
10.
might feel that okay, it is something which doctors can crack. So let me just give it a try. That should not be the motive for you to get into the
Okay.
preparation. Your motive should be clear. He might have his own motives. I had my motive of serving the people because I could see how they are actually doing it during the pandemic. So I had the motive clear. So you have a clear motive is what I would say to them, because even though I started my prep post internship for 1 year, I was contemplating on this. Even if I was doing my clinical postings and all, this thing was always in the back of my mind,
Back of mind.
where I
Yeah.
was thinking whether I would be a good fit. This might take this many number of years. And I was also, I when I told my parents also, I had the clarity. So you should have the clarity that okay, this is something which will take this many number of years, and this will be the optional subject that I am going to choose. And all this clarity you should be having. So the first thing that I would advise any MBBS graduate or any
Aspirant.
person who is doing their UG right now to have that clarity. Watch a lot of videos, look at the syllabus, uh, and UPSC is also an exam where you do a lot of self contemplation and you get to know your strengths and weaknesses. So
Okay.
as soon as you find out your strengths and weaknesses, the faster you will clear this exam, because then you can improve upon your strengths and then work on your weaknesses. My strength was writing because I always used to get good marks in theory in MBBS as well. So I was very good at writing and my presentation skills was very good. So and my diagram drawing skills were also very good. So I knew that these were my strengths and I focused a lot on them, and that helped me in mains. So you should identify your strengths and weaknesses as well. So these two things I will be saying to any new aspirant from the MBBS background. Why you want to make the shift from MBBS to civil services? Be clear on that, and also be aware of your strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. For MBBS graduates are currently pursuing MBBS. So if you're aspiring to become an person in the Indian administrative service. So here's what Raja is telling you. You have to be clear with your vision. So why you want to get into
Mm.
IAS or UPSC in that sense. So be clear. It might take time. It might be difficult. It might grow you in every second. So you must be focused and you should have a clear vision. And the important thing is you should not stop anything in the middle. You just have to go through the pain, and you just have to finish it like a pro. That's how Raja finished it. Okay, Raja, I wanna take you back in time. I wanna take
Mm.
you back in time, like a month back. So you
Sure.
got your results, and you were looking at
Hmm.
the rank list. So how did it feel for the first time when you were just looking at the rank list and your rank was Air 7 AR Raja Mohideen? How did you feel at that exact moment?
So the thing is, I did not check the results because it is, very. I had the fear of checking the result because and I had planned it beforehand where I discussed with my friend to tell him that you check the result and tell me. So we did it one day before itself. So
Okay.
what happens in UPSC generally is that the week the result is about to come, the rumors will start coming that it is about to come. So the result came on a Friday, and from Monday itself, the rumors started coming that the result is going to come out this week.
Okay.
So we planned beforehand that someone else will see the result and tell me. And Friday, I went to the prayer and then I came back. So I was just relaxing in the room with my friend, and then he was the one who checked, and then he told me. The thing is, we all knew that I would be in the list. Even I had a small inkling that I will be somewhere in the list. But getting a top rank, that too a single digit rank, is like totally something which is unprecedented because no one from Tamil Nadu has gotten a top 10 rank in the
Yeah.
past 10. So it was like
You created
totally,
history.
we can say that, yeah, me
Yeah.
and the second ranker, Rajeshwari, we both getting two ranks in the top 10 is something which was unthinkable for a person coming from the South. Because it is always a field which is, fortunately or unfortunately, it is being dominated by people in the North. So to break that, even because
There.
when I started preparation, because that 1 year of contemplation, I used to see the rank lists where the first ranker of Tamil Nadu will either be getting a rank in 40s. In some years, the first ranker of Tamil Nadu will be below 100 only. So he will be 102, 103. It will be like that. So getting a top 100 rank itself was a very high achievement. But getting into
Yeah.
top 10, it was something that I did not even think, and it was a very surreal feeling at that moment. Yeah, and then the calls started coming in.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
definitely.
was, so yeah, so that happened during that time. Yeah.
So you would have felt surreal and you would have been happy and you would have been like zoned out for a while.
Ha ha ha.
So, did your parents knew the result before you?
No, no, no.
No.
So they
Okay.
both are working actually. So they are working in the government. So as both of them are principals currently, so they were working very seriously. So I had to call them and inform them.
So how was
So
the
I first,
exact moment when they heard about such a great news? Because as a
ha
parent, they've
ha ha.
seen you since childhood achieving your schoolings, getting into MBBS, and they've seen you crack MBBS final exams, being a doctor. So how did this exact moment felt like for them, for you? Because whenever as a child, we're going to tell something more important to our parents. We used to feel the adrenaline rush within us.
Mhm.
So, getting such a high rank and you're just going calling your parents. I think you might have been in Delhi when you were calling your
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, exactly. So that was the very unfortunate thing that happened because I was in Delhi. Because the cycle is such that if you're not clearing, you have to give the other next prelim. So I was in fact preparing for this year's prelims. So
Okay. So, how was
so
that
I
moment? How was the moment when you called your parents? Was
yeah,
it a
yeah, yeah.
video call or
So
a voice call? It
no, no, no. It was a
was
voice
a
call
voice call.
only
So, how was the
because
exact
at
moment?
that it was very surreal because even my dad he couldn't believe it. The thing is we did not know how to react because it's the first time that I'm topping an exam with this high of a rank. I've never topped any exam from my school till now. I've been a good student, but I've
Yeah,
never
you are the
topped the exam.
smartest one. It's not like you can't tell yourself I'm the backbencher. You are the
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no.
smartest one since your
Yeah,
childhood.
yeah.
Yeah.
I won't play it, downplay it by saying I'm a backbencher and all. I was a good student, but
Yeah.
getting this high of an achievement, this is the first time. So we didn't know how to react properly. Maybe if I had been here in person, it would have been a very emotional moment for all three of us. But unfortunately, the moment happened a week later when I came back to Chennai. So that
Okay.
time it was very emotional for my mom and dad as well because they came to the airport to receive me and it was very emotional for them because they're seeing me for the first time.
Yeah, I can
And then,
definitely
yeah.
imagine how uncle and aunt would
Uh-huh.
have felt during that
Yeah, yeah,
situation.
exactly. Exactly. So that was the actual emotional moment for all three of us. And that was when it actually hit me that, okay, I've gotten the seventh rank. So
Seventh
after a
rank.
week, it hit me. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen you post status in your WhatsApp. Like, I'm just checking
Exactly.
my
That
results.
picture.
Is it true?
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah. So,
So the
yeah.
rank sunk in after a week when you met your parents back at home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That would be the exact moment that it's something.
Yeah, I want to mention here about a person. So when
Mm-hmm.
your rank got released
Mm-hmm.
and when people came to know you were the Air 7, I've seen a I've seen a person, exact this person. He was so happy that he felt like he cracked the exam. Can you guess who that
Okay.
person would have been? Then you.
I guess it would have been Vishal, obviously,
Yeah.
because ha 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 ha.
Vishal was with you since your childhood, like from your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pre-KG.
From
Yeah.
my kindergarten days, he has been there. Yeah, that is also there because even when I was thinking that I'll be there somewhere in the list, I thought I'll be there because aspirants, we are very practical persons. We just see what is the most practical thing. And I was feeling, okay, I'll be there somewhere in the list. I might get IPS or IRS. I will then just give another attempt to get into the IAS. That is what we think. And in fact, I was studying for the next year's prelims because what if I get a lower rank or what if I don't get a
Yeah.
rank? I have to prepare again. But then he was someone who was always very confident. He was saying, no, no, you will get a top 20 rank. He was in fact
Yeah,
saying
because
16.
when we were in
Ha ha.
Delhi this November, last
Ha ha
November,
ha.
we were
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Delhi, me, Vishal, and you were like jumping down the streets of Delhi.
Ha ha
I
ha.
hear this. Vishal was telling the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will get within the top 20 ranks. I have just decided, yeah,
Ha ha
that's the
ha.
thing. That's the
Because
result.
no one, yeah, yeah, because no one hopes to, it's like daring. No one even dares to hope or dream to get a top 20 rank. It's like I'm a person in the underserved category. So it's like top 70 will get IAS. So I will always have in my mind that, okay, let me get top 70 rank.
70.
I'll get IAS. That is all. No one even dares to dream of getting AAR 1 or AAR 7. So that is the thing. So, but then he was someone who believed a lot and it happened. And that is something that I would like to tell to people as well. So now you guys should dream, should dare to have that high
Yes.
thing of getting AAR 1 because it is because see, we have always seen these toppers AR1, AR2 from afar, and we think that it is something which is very unachievable. But now I feel that, and even you will be feeling that seeing someone from among us getting
Yeah.
that high up,
Yeah, it was even surreal to me
and
hearing
just
that,
for
yeah, my college mate, my friend got a rank of air. So I was like, oh my God, it's such a big achievement. Yeah, I was very
exactly,
happy
it's a
on that
big
day.
achievement. It's a big achievement, but it is done by someone who is, like one among all of us.
Yeah,
And this humanizes the entire the topper tag. So even the AR1 or AR2, they are also very normal human beings. And even they would not have imagined to top the
that
exam.
they get
So
a
we
rank
should
7.
all aim to get that higher. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So we should all aim to
definitely.
get that top rank is what I'm
Definitely, Raja. It was nice talking to you. I didn't keep it like a
saying.
generalized some meeting where they ask about how did you prepare, what were the
Yeah.
resources you used. So I
Mhm.
want to have this podcast a little bit different to know more about you as a person. I think I
Yeah, sure, sure. Because there are a
achieved
lot of other
the
videos, lot
yeah
of other
because
videos with all these things. Yeah.
yeah, because I've seen around hundreds of interviews, might be more. I've seen you talk to various pages
Mm-hmm.
explaining how did you prepare. So I didn't want this video to be kind of
Mm-hmm.
academic session. Like I'm asking questions, how did you
Mm-hmm.
prepare? How did you? I just want to know you as a person because I knew
Mm-hmm.
you as a person before Air 7. And still there is no change
Ha ha
after
ha.
the Air
Yeah,
7.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
still the same old Raja. Yeah, I'm so happy and I'm so glad just got into this podcast. and had a very elaborate talk.
Yeah. No,
So,
no, no. It's totally my pleasure talking with you.
yeah, definitely. Do you want to thank anyone, thank someone for this success? Is there any other person other than your parents, friends, family? Do you
Uh,
want to thank anyone else?
I always, like my teachers, obviously, because I always am a person who feel that each and every person who has met me or who has suggested me even a very small thing has helped me in this entire journey. So I was actually thanking a lot of people, and then they were like, "Why are you thanking me?" But then I told them that no, you helped me in this small aspect, and that actually helped me. And this entire UPSC journey is something like that. You meet a lot of seniors who have reached the main stage multiple times, interview stage multiple times, but they're still not able to make it. And we get to learn from their mistakes. And I look at them also as my teachers. So I would
Definitely.
like to thank all these people who have touched, have touched my preparation in small, small ways that even they are not, they might not be remembering, but I still remember each and every small aspect of what they have helped me in with. So I would like to thank all of them. The list is very long, but I would like to thank all these
Thank all
people.
of them. Sure. And one thing,
Hmm.
as a friend, I know about you is you are the most down to earth person I know. Because you are down to earth at the level, we'll have to check
Okay.
whether there is
Thank
earth
you.
below or not. You are that much down to earth person. I think that's one of the qualities that made you
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
this height. Definitely, Raja. It was nice talking to
Yeah,
you.
it should be something. Yeah. Same here,
Yeah,
Adil. Same.
definitely.
I just, I just wanted to also say that you should continue doing all this podcast where you bring people from doctors from different fields. Because when I started preparation, I did not find many doctors, able to document their journey. So I think this will
Yeah.
be eye-opening for a lot of medicos who want to prepare for UPSC as well.
Thank you, Raja. I think if this video goes well and people want to know more about you from this
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
we'll do a part two of this session soon,
Sure. Yeah. We
permitting
can
your
have
time.
maybe a live, yeah,
Definitely, yeah,
live
we'll
thing
have it.
as well.
We'll have
Hmm.
it, Raja. We'll have it. Thank you, Raja. It's a great
Hmm.
pleasure.
Thank you, Adil.
Bye.
Yeah, same. The pleasure is mine. Bye.